Hey there, everyone. KT here. I wanted to record my thought process for this set, since this set in the Battle Tower is the 98 to 105 bracket, so I could potentially win the golden symbol. This is just a brief summary of my team. Zapdos is pretty self-explanatory. High special attack, high speed. His EVs are really good. Blissey absorbs every special attack in the game. Unfortunately, doesn't have natural cure, but we can make do. And here we have Poliwrath. I actually made this Poliwrath for a specific shiny hunt, but I cloned him at level 50 just to have as a facility candidate, so he's maximum HP and maximum defense. Not the greatest set, but he actually kind of kicks ass in the Hoenn Tower. Here I turn animations on. I don't normally play with animations, but just for this set, because this one's special. So if you see, my team is actually set up a little bit funny. I have a lead that is level 40. That's specifically for the Latios glitch, in case I do bump into a shiny, which is actually my goal here in the Ruby and Sapphire Tower. But I figured if I do get up to the 100 wins, I may as well record it, may as well show off my thought process, because these are all very high stakes games. One misplay could be disastrous, you know? The lead Aggron is very favorable, very good. He's not really able to threaten Poliwrath, so this is a good chance to get set up. Though there's some crazy Aggron sets with like special attacks. One's running a Thunder and a Blizzard and all that. It's not a great set, but you know, it's funny that the Game Freak put in some pretty hilarious sets in the Ruby and Sapphire Tower. He pops his Lychee Berry, very good. I find it funny that they gave the AI access to all these berries that the player wouldn't have access to, or is very unlikely to. Because before Coliseum, I think you can only get Salac, Ganlon, and Lychee if you're super lucky and get the that one island, Mirage Island. So it means Apricot and whatever the last one is, you just don't have access to those, what the AI does. So here we have Gardevoir. She traces Damp, which is not very useful, and then I don't remember why I stayed in here, because I'm very threatened by Psychic. I think it's because the AI usually does something really dumb where like it fishes with Snatch a whole lot. Yeah, see, Psychic comes to bite me here. The AI seems to fish with Snatch for whatever reason. It just loves prioritizing that. It's very, very odd. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I'm starting to remember this now. No, I know what's going to happen. Yeah. So here, I'm actually in a pretty bad position, because now she pops a Salac Berry and can fish with Destiny Bond. So we'll just speed this part up, because I had to stall out some Destiny Bonds. Thankfully, Blissey is like completely untouchable. There's nothing a Gardevoir can do. It's actually quite fascinating. Snatch will steal Soft Boiled, even though Soft Boiled isn't in Ruby and Sapphire. But Wish is. Wish is a move that's in Ruby and Sapphire, and that cannot be stolen for whatever reason. Yeah, I remember now. I'm starting to get a little confused because I have pressure, so I didn't know how many Destiny Bonds had been, how many had gone off, whether Zapdos had pressured and forward yawn off or if it was only 3, so here I'm just switch stalling to burn Destiny Bonds. So if you see, my Zapdos has Hidden Power as one of his moves. I actually lucked out super hard with the Zapdos. I originally just reset to get one that was good. I wanted either max special attack or max speed with a speed or special attack nature. So I ended up getting 30 special attack, 31 speed, and modest, which is pretty great. I'd be very satisfied with that, but even better than that, I ended up with Hidden Power Grass, which has 66 base power. Now, if you know anything about Generation 3 competitive, you'd know Zapdos usually prefers Hidden Power Grass. It's like his default one to go for, because it's his only answer against Swampert. Whereas Hidden Power Ice is useful. There are scenarios where it's good, but most players are going to pick Grass. Grass is generally the better move. So having a Zapdos with Hidden Power Grass, the Ruby Tower was not really prepared for that. So Zapdos kind of shreds the whole tower. He really does sweep a ton of teams. Here you see Latios, who's usually like a nightmare matchup, but for Blissey it's just a joke. Like, Latios can't do anything. And Serene Grace goes off, I get a freeze, hell yeah. Yeah, the Apricot berry. How the player can't get that? There's no way for a player to have that berry until Coliseum, and if there's some way to get it in Emerald. Some of the moveset choices and the item choices are just insane. I will never understand the rest Chesto Blaziken. That just seems like such nonsense for his set. Whereas Endure Salak, that's like perfect. That's what you want for a Blaziken. Here's a Rhydon. This is actually pretty funny. I so confidently click Hidden Power, and then I get Quick Clawed. So this Rhydon, he could be trouble. Quick Claw Horn Drill is just a pretty unfair set. I'm not sure what the best answer for that is. It's probably Skarmory with Sturdy, and you just Toxic him. But even Skarm does not want to take constant Rock Slides, so I don't know what the answer for... And it's the same deal with Seaking. Seaking and Walrein, and I think that's it. Maybe there's another Quick Claw one-hit move guy. But those are the troublesome ones. There's Rhydon and really Walrein. I have not gotten into a lot of trouble with Seaking, but Walrein's, you know. Dugong is a nightmare matchup in Emerald, which it doesn't seem like he would be. It seems like he'd be so easy, but that set is 2 Oko moves and Rest Chesto with Sleep Talk. It's just a hilarious gamble. Nice, we dodge one. That's very scary. I can't believe I set up in front of this guy. Yeah, one interesting quirk of Generation 3 is that Hidden Power is always considered a normal type move. So even though I have Hidden Power Grass, I could be countered. If I was to hit it and I didn't KO you and you use counter, it goes off. But it ignores Mirror Coat. It doesn't matter that it's a special type. Mirror Coat can't reflect a Hidden Power. It's very strange. I think it makes sense. It's just a funny little quirk of the fact that Hidden Power can be special and physical, whereas in the next generation it's always special. It's a Wailord. And he goes for it too, good grief. It's a miracle I got out of this one. Two in a row. Good lord. So I think that was actually Battle 100. Very cool that we're over that for threshold. I don't think if I lose now, I would be given the shield. I think you have to complete the set no matter what. Swampert, again, super free with Zapdos. Some sets live. Some sets have like a maximum HP investment, and they'll live with like 10% or something, just a little sliver. Blaziken also not very threatening to my team. Zapdos cleans up really well, and Poliwrath is just not threatened by Blaziken that much. The goal with this team wasn't really to get a high streak. It's just a funny accident. My goal here is longevity, that I can just survive really well and hopefully maintain plus, what is it, round 50? Round 50 is where they have perfect IVs. Because that's my goal, is to snag a shiny in the tower. And if you're after 49 wins, maybe it's like the set before that, maybe it's 42, they all have perfect IVs. Nice Serene Grace coming in, freezing the Latias. Latias can be a little bit annoying for Blissey because Latias has a Mist Ball, and Mist Ball lowers my special attack, so I eventually just have to switch to Seismic Toss. It's never that rough, though. Latias just could never really kill Blissey. Blissey can last forever with both Wish and Soft Boiled. Oh yeah, I also learned recently that's my solution for Shedinja. So originally, Zapdos had Thunder Wave, but I replaced that with Aerial Ace because I got walled by a Shedinja. It turns out I'm not walled by a Shedinja. Actually, it's very easy to stall him out with Rest on Poliwrath and Wish or just healing with Blissey. Because Shedinja doesn't have very much TP. He's got Shadow Ball, Hyper Beam. What's his other move? It's Confuse Ray and then something else that's not very long. It's like less than 20. So it's really easy to stall him out, and once he struggles once, he immediately dies. Oh yeah, it's Toxic, that's it. So you just switch between the two. If Poliwrath is in, I can rest. Sometimes if I switch in and get confused, it's a little bit dicey, but really I just switch out and keep doing that until I get in and I'm not confused, and then rest off the Toxic. Because Hyper Beam does peanuts. It does so little damage. Sceptile's a bit of a tricky one. Aerial Ace is like a decent option. It does about 35 to 40%, but Blissey just walls Sceptile. Downside is if I get Leech Seeded, though. Blissey really struggles with being Leech Seeded because she has a gajillion health, so I lose so much health and I'm healing a ton to the opponent. But as long as I don't get seeded, we're good. My Sceptile runs like a weird physical set. If he uses Endeavor, I'm also sort of in trouble. So the AI just doesn't seem to care. It loves to go for Leaf Blade crit, even though that's going to do like 30% at the most. I have no clue why I wished there. It wasn't... Oh, it's because I'm not going to KO in one more turn. I'm guaranteed to KO in 2. So you Ice Beam this turn, put him into really low health, then you Ice Beam next turn, and I will get healed. It makes sense. I know what I was doing. See, now he's in Overgrow range, but even with a crit Leaf Blade, it's not going to do very much. is Regirock. Now, he can be a little bit trouble. Thankfully, Poliwrath does just shut down Regirock. The only thing I'm scared of is if Ancient Power gives him the boost, and it's the set that has Thunderbolt. That can do a little bit of damage, but without the boost, his Thunderbolt does very little. So I can essentially just set up in his face, because even Focus Punch and Earthquake, those don't do very much to a max bulk Poliwrath. So Regirock is the one I'll feel very confident setting up on. And the AI is weird. It'll sometimes pick Explosion, even if it's already been blocked. I don't really understand that part. The Gen 3 AI will usually just do a coin flip. So say you're Poliwrath in this scenario, the AI just picks, he's either damp or he's water absorbed, and I make my decisions based on that. And it doesn't seem to care if it's proven wrong. It might be this set. I remember I fought a Regirock and he used multiple explosions, and then the next Pokemon that came in was a Electrode, and it first turned explosioned. So I'm not sure the AI's decision making for multi-abilities. Metagross would be threatening if this was Emerald, but without Explosion and without Choice Band, he can't really do a lot to Poliwrath. I think there's a set with Psychic, though. I don't know, Special Attack Metagross, I want to like it from the perspective of Gen 3 OU from Pokemon Showdown using him, but he's just so suited to be a physical attacker. I like that animation for shattering the wall. Even though I'm not doing that much, it's just cool to see the wall shattered. Oh, my champ. Well, he's not that bad, thankfully. Zapdos will never one-shot him, but he'll usually do like 60%, maybe a little more than that. Thankfully, as Machamp picked the worst move he could have. The issue is if, I think there's a Choice Band set, and Choice Band Rock Tomb does a whole lot to Zapdos, and I'm slower now, so I'm in a bit of a bad scenario, but the trade-off is that if he's banded, I can bring in Poliwrath and just set up in his face. So it's not too rough. I assume Machamp is like way worse in Emerald, since he gets access to Rock Slide. Yeah, the Thunderbolt Regirock. It's just not very good. Registeel has way better special attack. And of course, Regice is actually trouble. Regice is one of the few Pokemon that's trouble for my team, and it's not even because I can lose to it, it's that it just takes a super long time. Because Regice can't really touch Blissey. It can explode, and it'll do like 70%, because Regice's attack is kind of low, his explosion is not great. So if I'm full HP with Blissey, it's not going to KO. But there's a set with Double Team and Rest, and it just takes forever. I have to stall out Thunderbolt, otherwise if I bring in Poliwrath I'm in trouble, and I have to stall out Ice Beam, because if not, then Zapdos is in trouble. It's just a real slog to get through. But the other two Regis are pretty free. Registeel's Thunderbolt does a little bit more than I would hope, but thankfully Regirock's is just trash. Yeah, see right there, I picked the explosion again, even though it didn't go off. I've heard rumors that the AI is just completely random in this format, and I've also heard that it's semi-random, where it'll pick a different move 25% of the time. So I don't really understand how it works. Yeah, so that's a little over half, but I can thankfully rest it off, which I was considering there, but at this point it's better to just go for damage. Zapdos can come in and clean up no problem. Even Blissey can, actually. I didn't really highlight it, and this is post, so I can't really show you my team, but my Blissey really kicks ass, but her nature is timid, which is not great. That's not really what you want. Like, all of her IVs are really, really good, except special attack, which is it's like 14. It's not awesome, but it's definitely usable. But everything else is like 28 to 31. So just flawless, just a fantastic Blissey. But I have a nature that's not great, and my ability is not the one you want. So a little unfortunate, but I'm not going to complain about having a Wish Blissey with such great IVs. She absolutely carries certain encounters. And an Emerald, too. Does a lot of good work in Emeralds. Alright, Milo is a funny one. So Milo here will go for Mirror Coat, and Milo does not die to Thunderbolt. So if I Thunderbolt, I can get Mirror Coated and lose right away, but Mirror Coat will not work for Hidden Power. So Hidden Power does about 20-25%, maybe a little more, and then Milo is absolutely in Thunderbolt range. Yeah, look at that. Starmie's another fun one. Starmie should be more threatening than it really is. It's hard walled by Blissey. Starmie's just slower than Zapdos most of the time. I don't know why it doesn't run max speed. That's one of its best assets. Is I think it's 115 speed. It's really good. Starmie is a really good speed stat. Well, alright, this is the last set. Hariyama's not very threatening. He can knock off, which is a little bit annoying. Real downside is just that he has a million HP. Not sure what the Endure set is about. Is there an Endure Salak Hariyama? His speed is not very good. It didn't even proc a berry. Alright, that's weird. Sceptile, who's very free for Blissey. I think in Emeralds, Sceptile runs better physical sets. Like there's probably a Brick Break and a Focus Punch type deal. Sceptile is like really close to being good in competitive Gen 3. He's like not quite there though. And we made it to the final Pokemon. This is what's standing between me and the trophy. And it's Flygon, who really is not that threatening, because even if he had a Banded Earthquake, that's not going to kill Bliss. And Ice Beam is absolutely going to shred his health. And that's it. We made it. We made it to the trophy. I get a free choice band for my trouble. Very good. Here we get to meet the guy who supposedly runs the tower. This is his tower. Very cool. Yeah, it's the gold shield, not the gold trophy. And there we are, 105 wins. Well, I appreciate you guys checking this video out, and next time I got a certain Mantine video I gotta make, so I hope you join me then. Thanks for watching. Just as a last minute aside here, this morning I caught this shiny Marowak, and I can't think of a good nickname. I got Naive, like kind of good stats to be honest, but I can't think of a good name, so if you have a good nickname, leave a comment.